Hello.
Inspire wanted to trigger this business of property connect. In observation business, most of the close combination, they are succeeding and are sustainable. If the vision better die, the business die. And the majority of the people are central more the first model of investment cooperative. Because now the cooperative will sell the idea, the vision to a group of people that will form part of the leadership of the business, and they can go on with the business whether you are leaving or not. The vision. So this model of startup is powerful, and cooperative. What is good about it? Even you are at the workplace, you can still run the cooperative business. Only how the leadership of the organization pushes the business forward. So it doesn't force you to be 100% there, because we've started the system that will operate on its own.
How's the tower?
Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen?
How's the tower?
So,
can you hear everything?
It's powerful.
Yes, I can.
I was patient enough when it started. We started this kind of mission in January. January, March, I think, and we paused only for 3 months. We were working that administration for the in place so that we don't have to pause from here going forward. I also now pause. Other pause is someone just doing it this way. And I'll be explaining as I go over the presentation. What I'm talking about 2 million, what I'm saying.
Oh, 2 million.
We have officially started our presentation of our meeting. like I was explaining to you, we welcome everyone, and the one who is not with us here. We couldn't want to give everyone a connectivity, because when we start, people are seeing the professionalism. So we're checking our things. So our next meeting, when we invite other people, whether to Mopano or Vegas for part of our meeting. And I don't want to go because I've advertised with partner agreement. When I make an agreement, I often find the making agreement with the whole with other company that they use here. He will let you know one before the other taking agreement, but when I push this, I have communicated in advance. So that's why the other meeting in this they were promised to give us the whole understanding agreement with that company. So we're going to explain.
Yeah.
We're
Oh, that's not good.
going to. I'm going to confess our problem to the that kind of money. And we plan formal programs. So I will post it because my colleagues start busy with other things. So they will find out the program. So I'll do everything on the programs up until they going to get times where they this in this session. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm going to address the purpose of wine year. I've started earlier on as I was explaining. And majority of people started businesses. They don't succeed in business, or they succeed in business, but the same business cannot continue in their absence or in their old age, because they will be tired to move around. This model of business influences the this is their current view, which is to other. Remember, if I can die tonight, my wife and my kids cannot run this business because they understand my game. I understand the game. So a property business, when you think of it, is a business that can give a generational income. You'll earn income from the property. Your children and children, more people will benefit out of this property business. So property business, in my thinking, is going to be a permanent business that I'm going to run. Tourism is going to be second half. And you're going to do tourism as a lifestyle business. I will hey, tourism becomes a lifestyle business. But I'm here to explain the business that we are launching in this province is going to run countrywide. As much as we started in the boom, but this is going to be a business. So today's our first launch meeting. We'll be having another meeting. Property Connect Agency Cooperative is the registered business entity that the purpose of inviting you here, we want to invite people to take part in the leadership of this business, a cooperative. That's number one. Number two, we want to make sure that you are working for an active salary, and you go to pension one day. And when you go to pension, the money that they give you as a pension, they will even won't go to sustain you for more than 5 years. After 5 years, you have a pension.
Grant.
Yeah. Because the salary that we did, if it are with me. So part of the objective of what we want to do now, we want to build up properties for us even old age to earn more than what we are earning now. So I'll be explaining as we go through the presentation now. Okay, fine. So now, as we want to do a cooperative business, a cooperative, we want to own houses, our own house to live in. Are with me? That's primary objective number one. Number two, we want to build, try. Thank you. We want to build houses. We want to build houses for an entire that is going to generate the revenue to ourselves and beneficiary of the cooperative. Are you with me? So now, why are you here today? And why have you invited the today? You could be interested in owning your dream house. And maybe you're owning a house, but it's not your dream house. It's just a share. It's just a share. But it's not your dream house. I think it's a wish for everyone here. Maybe you would like to own a house without a bond contract. Is there anyone who you pay the contract? And also are you here to pay the contract? Are you here to pay the contract? Okay, let me ask you. If you can pay off that bond for 5 years, because we're here. 5 years is too long. I like this thing. My brother here says 5 years is too long. High five for that. I would think one of our dreams is to make sure the members that we want to invite them to our cooperative. If we've got a member who's paying a bond, we want to see those members buy bond free.
Yes.
Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? And those who don't have bonds, we want them to see buying a house or building a house without going to the bank and loan the money.
Yes.
Now, you could be repaying a home loan or a bond. I've admitted that. So we have a good news for you. Stay back, relax. We're going to give you the information that's how to liberate. One, I've said this statement to explain to someone who doesn't know cooperative. Is anyone in this house doesn't know what is cooperative is? Cooperative is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet in their common economic and social needs and aspiration to jointly owned and democratic control and organize and operate on cooperative principle. That explain what is cooperative. What I like about this statement is this thing. Number one, united volunteer. When we invited you here, you join us volunteer. No one is going to force you to be part of our cooperative. You join us voluntarily to meet their common economic needs. I get economic and social needs. I get an aspiration to jointly owned. The cooperative, you own it jointly. There will be different leaders of this organization that do things jointly. Are you with me?
Yes.
I want to go on a boss. You are all leader.
Of course.
That one. And democratically control enterprise. I like it because in a business like that, cooperative, we want that individual mentality or one of the employees. But here it's not like that. Are you organized and operate on cooperative principles? So there will be principles of operation. That one. What is cooperative? The housing is defined as primary cooperative which provide housing to its members, or secondary cooperative that provides technical sectoral services to primary housing cooperative. I think you are learning people. I here statement say primary cooperative which provide housing. We are going to provide what? Housing needs to our communities. If you can look, the current government, they wanted to address this meter housing. They built the so-called RDP houses. Can you enjoy to live in the RDP houses?
No.
Can you? No. You know, probably about this government, just to the governments compared to this one that they want this. Now, whichever has fine. Let me broke even. Okay. I mean, type of housing cooperative. I'm going to dwell much on it. We've got housing development cooperative. It's a vehicle for members saving or challenging subsidies in building houses. Individual member to take ownership. I guess to explain the housing development. Ownership only on completion. And well, as cooperative, we can start a housing project. And out of this housing project, we must first start and complete the program of building. Again, after finishing the completion of the program, is then you're going to put out the ownership. Probably you're going to own a house after you complete. Again, the housing property owning cooperative continuous collective ownership based on house agreement or occupation. Collective responsibility for management of the units. That one. This one explains this. Let's give an example. Buhari. That is an association. They built the so-called housing cooperative as a cooperative, but it's a government cooperative. That one. But it's for rental purpose. The household doesn't own the property. So in this case, we will own the property. We own again the cooperative. The dwellers give us what? Do I make sense to you guys? But not a principle. I put these statements to explain something very interesting for you. As cooperative, our objective in 24 months is to see ourselves starting our project. So we need 100% membership to do what? To start the project. Like, so if you have a 100% membership, not all 100% can give you an effort of getting what you want. So Pelosi principle says 20% effort. 20% effort. Okay, 20% effort. That one of the 8 give the results of the 8%. How? If we have 100 people, out of 100, 30 commit themselves to get the effort of the 8, the result of the 8. Probably in 80, the 80, probably in 80, but this do the work of the 80 to get the result of the 100. Are you with me? That's what I'm saying to you. Even you can have statistics as we have. We can take the efforts of these 5 and get the results of the 100. Yeah. This is a problem statement. COVID has impacted us negatively, both locally and globally. And we're so doing. We're so doing. The poverty level in the rural areas and the area, it should be nobody in South Africa. For us to bounce back the effect of this property, of this pandemic, we have started Property Connect Agents Cooperative in collaboration with business partners that are above 3 communities. We terminate this Property Connect to address the challenge of the rural and urban areas. What is the challenge? Poverty, lack of housing. So the primary aim of this collaborative is to address the challenge that the rural communities and urban have. Thank you.
It's like
The objective of our cooperative, let's take it, number one, is to help one another to own properties within 5 years period without bank contract. That's objective number one. Objective number two, to enable the beneficiary to own properties without bank bond. Again, I like this explanation when they give mortgage. I think in other company I will take one, mortgage. The word mortgage, the first word means to move
Mortuary.
mutual.
Mushara.
Go explain now. Can you explain it to me, my brother?
You see that is about mort. It's from the word morgue. Mortuary. Mortuary, what's happening with the mortuary? People are dead. Yeah. So when you give the bank a bond, you are actually hanging yourself. That's why it's called mortgage.
Mortgage.
Very
Oh,
engaging in
engaging
mortuary.
in the
Fine, let me go on with my presentation. We have an explanation better from other person. So to construct construction projects to empower cooperative beneficiary and community member. That's our objective. To promote social cohesion and create wealth for beneficiaries. That's the core objective of what we want to do with our cooperative. We have goals that we've set within our objectives. First goal is to acquire, our short term is to acquire property that will help us, that will help the cooperative to generate income to buy asset, which is what? Land. Where are we going to buy our land? It's a short-term goal. For us to have an effective and productive cooperative business, we want to buy a land with the mindset that they feel as the right community. Is to say, when you live in town, you are better than someone who lives in the rural.
Yes.
Fine. In the meantime, what we do, our rural development, we want to get a land less than 50 km away from town, so that we can attract the clients that are jailed in the city to come and live with us. Let's give an example. If we have a land between Luwahome and Polokwane, and person working in Polokwane, that someone can have a problem to drive from Mola to
No.
to the city. If we get a land goes via less than 20 km to town, and you have a good land there and develop our project property there, then someone take an example. If we have a land between Muleji and Sishio, we look when we start our short term, we're going to look a land in those kind of areas where we can put our 50 house there and start our project. We buy the land there. Do I make sense now?
Unfortunately, the land that
What? Yeah, advantage. Now, one of these things is doable. Short-term development to develop self-funding model. For our members to raise money to start phase 1 project within 24 months. I get our 24 months plan is to have an estate or houses that will generate income for ourselves, so that those who pay bond, they can be able to pay off their bond within 5 years. Because if let's be some wife in the property who own a house that gives him passive income of 2,005, or who own 2 properties that maybe costing 3,000 each. If it's 6,000, the 6,000 each of who business plus the existing minor insurance salary. I can say battle of. Are we on track, guys?
Yeah.
Do I make sense to you guys?
Sure. But then, why then did you call me back? I was already to see what I was doing.
No, fine. It's like you, bro. It's like you. in your house when we have it. Fine. Our medium term is this: to help members to build a house within 5 years. Again, to build houses for members for dwelling and business, rental and saving. The nitty-gritties of this will be getting it in our next presentation. But for rental, we want immediate money to achieve our short-term goal. That one. For that, we're talking by their nation. Sometimes we're hooking the current. They are blind. They can't know what motor will know. It's not a plan to do. That become our client. How about one way I repeat about no? Because we want to pay. This way we belong. Umangwena. The then guy go one that the one motion. And that become our clients. There are people who want to buy a house about food because of credit worthiness. We go to sell in the house. That we say our house will only do 5 years. The nitty-gritty in terms of the legality, contract, and stuff like that, we're going to deal with it in the next presentation so that we have an understanding. We're not going to lose. As cooperatives, we're going to have a legal agreement with the people who are going to draft our contract of selling. That one. Funding model bond for bond, help members who pay bond to pay off their bond within 5 years. When we start this kind of a thing, one of our medium-term goals, we can join there's good join via cooperative. And sometimes we find we don't afford because we still have a problem to pay the bond. It's not like I find a model for ourselves. And as much as we are few, along in this time and my colleague, I'm going to do this so that other people have an opportunity of what is our plan. I'll explain it after and how. Then we'll explain it. I remember how to make a video in 4 months. We want the model like 4 months. I want you to know how to make a video in 6 months. And through the experience that I had, and through the ideas that we had, for us to make 2 million to 3 million a year is nothing. If somebody can make 50,000 per week, or you can make if a one person can make 200,000 per month, for us to make a billion, anyone's doing. And we are much fortunate with the program now because that program is going to enhance our plan. But I'll show you the funding models is within us. That one. Mr. Mugumu, I'll explain how. Long term, to acquire farmland now, not only land, farmland, and develop our own estate. And for commercial properties, there's specified and increased cooperative assets portfolio. Okay, fine, sure. No, sure. Are with me, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give an example. It doesn't matter where they are. If you get a farm in Zibitiera, somewhere in Zibitiera, somewhere in Mukopong, somewhere is as a farmland, and build an estate, do you know it's not a matter of where the place it is. It's a question of, is it the property good for my family? I don't know how to do what is it? Bendo? They're making profit out of you paying the house. They're making profit out of you moving out of your own yard. Yes. Because when you move out of your own yard, just going to get water, spend money. Yes. If you like a moral, you spend money. So yes. If we have our own in somewhere there in CPL, yes. Then Mr. Mawa owner spinach. Yes. The money circulates amongst ourselves. That's our dream. Do I make sense for you guys? Yes. Let's for this idea. I leave this, I explain later on. This one I'm going to explain to you. I don't explain this to you because it's already explained earlier on. It's a continuation of this. But this one, what I'm going to explain it. We have established cooperative legal entity. It's already established. That one, we registered your business. When we register this business, I remember in our first meeting, people were more than 20. And when they comes in, there are ideas. You know, we expect sometimes somehow. And I've seen it in the middle of the meeting. There's some of the people who come here. They are not interested in what he wants to do. They want to see themselves in the leadership. Are you with me? And after I throw the idea of I want their children to register a cooperative, some they step back. Or they will not come with a good idea. So we registered our cooperative. We have used our children to be the beneficiary of the cooperative. The reason why we don't have to leave our children behind. So when we come to this meeting, you come with your child and you go and take it. That makes sense. Hardly 18 years old, after 2-3 years, we understand what my father was involved in. So you die with the information. Are you with me? Sure. So, and we're going to get agitated draft plan, that one, and quantity survey to provide with us the costing of what we are planning to do. We want to purchase land and address that for our beneficiary within 24 months. We're going to conduct constructive project management to empower, for empowerment and skill transfer. Some of us here, we don't have knowledge about this industry. There are people who are making money, they never even pass grade 12. Are you with me? So people are skilled, they want to give us training to understand what we are doing. So that when you employ people to work on our behalf, about the they don't do a cheap job. That's what we want to do. This project is a job creation in the construction industry in the rural and township. Focus will start at the rural because here in township it becomes expensive. We start there, coming in here. You get my point? So what we are studying, everyone, for us to be a billionaire, it's possible. When you do anything, you must have a time frame, scope of work, and you must bring up a quality project, and that quality project has to do with money. So cost analysis and stuff like that, I'll be explaining this as we go on. This lecture is just a way of explaining to you on how we're going to run our project. I don't want to explain much. And even this, I'm not going to dwell much on it. What I want to show you out of this diagram, in the region 1 and the region 2, in terms of people who are working and earning income. Let's look here at region number 1, the income energy region 1. The high number percent is 8%, the medium 34, and the low is 58. And the region 2, high 15, again, medium 26, low 59. I give these two regions as an illustration. Actually give this region 1. I get region 2. Let's say again, Ladana, you are mini Bendo before you get to Bendo, go almost that park. I get what you are, Kamuka Meloko Plegate. But one Kamuka Baola. But because where you stay determines the loss of your income. You get what I mean? So only the advantage. Never just I study come on low, come I want to percentage take a I want percentage take a look. Care about tomorrow will go on your pocket to Hawaii. What you see? Who lose you go on life is not nice. And I say because you can't manage again. This is our life. We have to change their life. And we change the life of these people what's happening to our own life. Does that make sense to you guys? Imagine putting this structure in your own land within 5 years without owning any contract. Whatever this structure, as much as time, what the expensive things they give are faster effect. Ask yourself, let me ask you, how much this thing can cost to build if you estimate?
No.
Any, whether first people will be, yeah? Well, and let me take so. Let me reframe my question. If you build this house in Malaysia, in actually in Sibai, can cost how much? How many days? 120 Kenya.
250,000. Yes.
Am I 120 Kenya? And let's be on exact. Let's put between 100 and 200. 150, 180, but not more than 200. Again.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to be almost exact.
Because it's your industry. Help us.
250,000.
250,000.
Yes.
I can take I can take the answer because she's in the field of this. So if you build this thing at 250,000 in Magical Park, this kind of a house, they will sell to you how much? The cost price will be between 800,000 to 1.2 before finance. They will come to me. It will be between 800 to 1.2 million before finance. When the finance is how much?
1.7. 2.7.
Goes to a 1.9 million. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Then I can do that. I can do that. And the one that's doing work is you don't have peace of mind. I want to tell you the testimony.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
I want to tell you the testimony. I spent 16 years in town. The entire 16 years I was renting. And when I make calculation, but I was misled by parents and elders.
The system.
Yeah, the system. I don't know. You get what I mean? So that's the influence of this cooperative thing. And how many people who think like some of us? The problem is I think stupid is someone who doesn't have knowledge. Do you get my point? We are renting now, we will rent for 20 years and away. So we want to address the problem of the community out of this business. Even this is a sample of land that was to show you. Nobody connect will identify land that sells for 1.5 to 2.5 million. Again, it's just an estimate. We will get far less than this. I get another guy in the urban area will come to spend in the rural area in 12 months. Well, in 12 months, you must raise an amount of above $1 million. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. Can I interject a little bit?
Yeah.
The statement says that the property connect agent will identify land that sells for 1.5 million to 2.5 in 12 months to own an asset. So it means that between now and next year, we should have identified that piece of land. And then after that 12 months, then it means that we should be working towards buying.
That one. So it's our collective objective. As it comes on board as a beneficiary. When we walk around, we help each other to do what? Research. To identify land. I don't know about the meeting. Maybe I can know. That is how we don't succeed.
To be a paradigm.
This is a sample of architectural plans. I just brought this just to show you. Just to show you. Co-op will hire lawyers to draft contracts for each beneficiary per house. So when you're going to stay in that house, we pay a tiny fee. So the number will show because you buy that land from chief 100%. When you get in your house, our administration office is going to give you a title deed. It's your house in your own land. Co-op will hire town planners to facilitate municipal approvals. I don't want to develop the housing we need. Let's say, when you go to Sibai, Maspa. When you go to Malaysia, so we're going to work this with where there's this municipality. Also, the municipality, we're going to work with the professional to provide, to facilitate this. Where there's a municipality, this is when municipalities will get involved. I put this slide just to show you cost estimation of building material and labor cost. Remember the quantity survey. Now, one of we are doing something great here. Someone's quantity survey is unemployed. So we create a job. I've addressed this with you guys earlier on, but I'm bringing it up to you to say, normally people spend 20 years to pay off their. The first 7 years of the 20 years, people are not even touching the capital cost of the property. And which 25% cost of the property, let's say each 250,000, 50,000 a million. Let me go slice here. Let me start explaining to you as I'm going to do this. People buy property through agents who make profit of 7.5%. Again, adding to that, the above amount, 100 people per project. This is the amount we use to reduce the duration of 20 years to 5 years. More explain the rest of the cooperative area. Now, what? If you get 100 people in board, how do you reduce the cost of the house from 20 years to 5 years? Okay. I'm not good in terms of explaining mathematical things, but this, if you read it, explain itself to say that we're going to reduce the cost the profit to agents, bank, and stuff like that to cooperative. What do you do when you start a project, a construction in the rural area? Also, then you will know why I like to again cooperative. As cooperative, you're going to have various business from the beneficiaries.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So you own your construction company. You own all the components of building a house. The service provider will come within the cooperative. If they are not within the cooperative, we encourage people to register the business when you hire someone, when you source, I wish we're going to be business minded. You get three service provider and make a who's going to be what best profit. Take cooperative from a you still have to absorb dividend. Does that make sense? And some of the nitty-gritties you're going to explain as you go on, because there's a lot that you're going to get as the beneficiary, different sessions of explaining this into details. Now we just want to give you an idea of what we want to do. That one. As I move towards conclusions, before I conclude, I'm going to give Mr. Mawai to do something here. Let me tell you, in real life, but what own business and construction, what they do, Do you know cooperative is going to give us a continuous tendency in the communities? Imagine another 4 contracts at the goal. Now construction that is going on Kumulage, that is going on Survey, that is going on Lubako. You did a lot in 1 year. Are you going to bid for tenders? I go to the Jamu just right. Are you just right? As a cooperative member, you are benefiting from month-to-month projects. And really, fella, what is income? The house that will pay me. Let me pause before I make conclusion. I invited Mr. Mawai. The purpose of inviting Mr. Mawai is motivation and speed. You can see the first meeting we invited Tadem Mandela. Tadem Mandela is from part of this organization. We need them, these guys, to change the thinking. Because between what is in the community, the thinking system started put in the minds of the people. So we invited Mr. Mawai, the purpose is to come and inspire us in terms of how to invest in property business. That's Mawai. When we invited you, we wanted to also test the motivators to understand this because for us to talk to people, we must first do mind clinic. There is a rust in our mind. And people can help us to do this. People from academy. Few as you are, preach like you're preaching to 100 people. Talk like we are talking to 100 people. So we give you this slot to talk to us and encourage us. Over to you, my friend. I pause for this will make a conclusion after you speak.
Also, nothing like walk again, West Vegas, and walk again when guy. We do that with our teacher, and that's as well. Do the guy. Which were at the guy. Yeah, I agree. I go to the and then I get to Sunday just down a boya. Nazi as well to the game. Basari para hour, one hour a. I know Greg. Basari the Javan not the guy. Banal the Javasan the guy. They left Nazi the guy. Come about a. I know Greg guy. So Greg guy, the most only people like. The thing like the double aspect, tell us no I live now. I had to do my research. Unfortunately, just 3 days after living, I had a session, a webinar session. Yeah, well, like a property house, a property rent. And unfortunately, I focused a lot because it was basically exactly something that is happening. So more about it, they would want me it's an classes so that the global estate agent. It's just a slight difference. Mara, property is a long-term investment. They say, or you say. I'm not saying. Negative property is a lifelong investment. The difference here, long-term investment, the lifelong investment. For lifelong, for as long as now, my generation, then it will always be invested. So, because the more people are already go forward, and not you have said. Marago when children. If I were to ask you, would you invest in property?
Yes.
Then why would you invest in property?
Because when I said I'm going to start my tree.
Okay. Can I lay posh? Can I lay accept be what? Can I lay on? Can I lay bank the highest? And then can I lay which other expensive? Can I Rolls Royce? It's a marathon. It's a marathon. We're not a marathon. Yeah, run and skate. But only property. Maybe we just have 1 or 2 houses, whether in town or in a location. Who is better off? Pampona, who's just the Pampona? I don't know. But I'm now on. Who's better off? The good thing related to depreciation, because I was coming to that depreciation. The power of investing in property is appreciation of assets over a period of time. What about if you build a house today, tomorrow you cannot buy it actually come out.
Yes.
The same with the car. With the car, unfortunately, the car, if I buy it in the garage, once it steps out of the garage door, then if I come tomorrow, say, and they get back, they will not sell, they will not buy it. Actually, now when we are going to go fast because it already. So the power of investing in property is that the property appreciates. If you compare property, little bonds, little savings accounts, they name them. All those they are vulnerable. They are fast, but with the bond, with the property, it doesn't go up. It goes down. Then I'm going to say this. With property, the benefits of property is that of capital growth. Capital growth here, like I said, it refers to appreciation of the value of an asset over a period of time. That video how you appreciate. But the other thing about property, it also offers you rental income. How much money is it making for you?
It's not making money for me.
It's a
Why?
Making money for
mine is a liability
Why is it doing that?
because I must clean it, I must maintain it, and I'm still paying bond. So it's a liability.
Okay. But were you aware that you can rent one room into a house?
Yeah, if you don't have as many children as I don't have,
If you have many children, yes, yeah.
you don't have many children as I don't have.
I don't need to keep that house. But I can't.
Yes,
But okay, let's be practical.
Yeah.
Kini yambali shang or ki ko high ko village. Ki agan do aga mala ki kela ya yebentishe in relation the standard. But basically it's not many people who are not no, many of us in the good group because I'm going to be pressure Java side, I'm going to be pressure Java. Then from there, the pressure Java, the I think almost all of them are not going to go midnight out. But if you go to the very same house that we are crying, we are challenge, we can use it to give us money for us. So that is environmental income, which becomes passive income. So I learned somewhere, I was even reading somewhere already. If you are basically in town, just about the town, you imagine rent the parking space. Parking space. But when we deal with it, why going to have more parking space? All the way take up what you want. So if you have that kind of space, to carry naga come parking. Coming a security over the customer. It can make money for you. But does it make money for us? The other thing, it also offers you the power of investing property. It offers you when it comes to tax advantages, tax deductions. There are a lot of things that you can do more tax down, at least because of the property that. Then over and above that, it gets you on a property ladder. Go up. Yeah. But of important, it gives you leverage. When you have property, if you need 5 million now and you want to do something that you want to bring in money, you can use your property to have that money. All right. So you liberate your property, whatever money. All right. I don't normally encourage people to go more low in channel, but let me tell you one thing. Different example. The money that you are going to lose is going to be worth it. It's going to bring in millions. I would say use your property as a leverage to have 5 million. That will bring in even more money. Property investment is rated the best long-term investment, well ahead of gold. Gold it also ahead of stocks. Those who are doing marketing, that is this market, what you know, stocks, mutual funds. So with bond, with property, it is always ahead of these ones. Savings accounts and also bonds, because those they are vulnerable. Today you would pass kind of well after the town. But property on that it does not have that vulnerability that the bonds name them, and they all. Again, the greatest power of investing in property is rental estate consistently increases the value, like I indicated. It is not as vulnerable to the short-term fluctuations as the stock market. Stock markets, they are fluctuating. But with the property, you have no power because it doesn't fluctuate. No government, today if you can go to Ukraine, if people had money, when peace, everyone over Ukraine, most of those dilapidated buildings you buy them at nothing run. You buy them at nothing rand. You reconstruct them, you would make millions. You would make millions. Then, when you have property, the greatest benefit on your property, you have got a tangible, usable asset. Whether you are renting it or you are renting it out, or it is an apartment or a commercial building for income or buying. On a property, you put a tangible asset, for something that you can touch, something that you can see, that you know it will always be there. Whether you are going to rent it, or whether you're going to use it as a home, or whether you're going to rent it as a commercial building, but by here, it will always give you money. Therefore, you remember the sign, the therefore sign? Yeah. That is the therefore. Mathematics. If you don't know where to know, please get therefore. Therefore, property investment is still the best investment according to the billionaires. According to the billionaires, property investment is still the best investment that you find. As a property owner, you can use the property as rental income, counting on both the rental payments and property appreciation that turn into a profit. In conclusion, property investment is generally a great investment option. Generation, that is an example here, generation of ongoing passive regular resistance. I'm a history teacher, so passive resistance, yeah, this is Mahatma Gandhi. Generation of income, of ongoing income, passive income, and it can be a good long-term, lifelong investment if the value increases over time. You can use your property as a part of your overall strategy to begin building wealth. So the property that you have should start as a springboard to building and creating generational wealth. If we have having property here, we are not after this session here that I presented it. If we are not going to use our property as a springboard to building and creating generational wealth, then we are becoming famous. We are becoming famous. Because from what he was presenting, already I have visualized just off the shaving. When I cross away, there's a lot of space there.
Yes.
And that space is less than 40 kilometers per hour. And come on, I was just visualizing that space. What are those beautiful houses there? For renting, then I go and stay.
I'm coming with you.
So, as you were saying that if you don't visualize, again, you mentioned of Mr. You know that in Nguni?
Yeah.
Now you're building a complex.
In fact, it's a smart city.
Smart city. Okay. Let me see. You see that old man.
Yeah.
That old man, for sure, if things go well, in 2 to 3 weeks' time, I am going to interview him for my third motivational. Because I want him to tell us the story from where he goes up. Idea masingi damon or Idian. Audia masingi dam, Piano Malamule, Audia masingi dam. Piadu Raela goes to wait. Yes, goes to wait. How what challenges did he meet? Why did he not give up? Because obviously the banks were not friendly with him. So that the story of him not giving up, I wanted that story to come out so that we can Because in almost all the books that I'm writing, I make sure that I'm not going to have people like Bomaxi, all that. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about it. What goes on? I will not go and I'm going to interview people that we see them, we live with them.
Yeah.
And you can't even see this old man owner, even if you can go to his shopping complexes.
Yes. That's exactly what I said to Mr. Nakika. He doesn't drive a Rolls Royce. He'll never go to a place. You'll never see him or Ari. No. He's just down to mother. He's like Nando and Nandi. Yeah.
Let me tell you this story about. Oh, man, I show my name. I very good about. So humble is the man. So I was very, very much impressed. Then his story as relating when I got build a smart city. Another smart city around there. We are still in the process. So that this property connect cooperative. Just within an hour, I saw 8 gigas or 8 gigas. 30 gigas, you know, the house is distressed. I'll never to the buildings come like salon, the tables come like here, whatever, but the whole building is still there. You can buy it at nothing, then you renovate it because the prices they goes around between 800 and 900,000. So let us identify distressed properties. So that's where you can start. Immediately you can start making profit from those distressed properties. You also look at back a bargain. When you back a bargain, you know somebody gonna on a pressure. You have to property.
It's me. Definitely.
Somebody under pressure reach a property. That person is not going to sell it at the market value. You just want to get out of that hell.
Yes.
So that's the best property. So really, you know, this person, like I said, if the whole house is worth 800, if you have 600 or even 500 cash, what a shame on. The person just gives you the house as similar 400,000 in 500,000 then you are saved 300. Why they are detaching smaller, they detach smaller, so that you increase the value of the house by the check 1 minute. Again, consider, okay, back again, you buy car below market value. She can sell it below the market value. She no longer mind. Then you can also buy to let. Just buy to let. But when you buy to let, I'll always encourage people. Maybe because I'm also from the set. target the houses along the universities, the houses along the colleges, because that's where you can make money. Because you turn it into student accommodation. Then in that case, now the NSFAS is coming up with a policy that when a student either rent a mall, they no longer pay the student, they pay directly to the landlord or to the landlady. So you know you are not going to have problem because what is happening in the TVET colleges now at universities? A colota charges and so as Patella, why was in Pechelete, a toa. Our Hopela Gamola, but you learn that the Festival of Lobby, where the FL actually honor what over, but with this, the new system that is coming, you know, the NSFAS, go to Santari, started to be a man with the account, then Babatala direct. You don't know like a model. And then you can also rent a room, your own room. Somebody in a go. It doesn't matter what the relative working. You know, this thing here now relative to that are doing that. They are lying. Because relative who pay a still so, no, cousin, no problem. No, can I do my room is for renting? Room is for renting. For example, now I'm going to that's one miracle, war with practically, war with university. I can rent the rooms. I can rent the rooms. When all one, then we're not much the actually tell our Lord more. You are direct then what you are. Let your home while let your home when you are on holiday. Okay, was a pillar on we let to buy. You can let your home. Like here is another way I know we have 2 weeks. There are people who are not accommodation for 2 weeks, which is less expensive. Okay. Kim with number 2 for these 2 weeks. And you lock at the main bedroom. You are done. You are done about it. You know, let me tell you one thing. After attending this session that I was telling you about, we decided next year. You're going home, the business business because what to reclaim the economy. What to reclaim it. There are some regulation 50 tracker Santa, and the limit to our forum just at any time movie. You mock up before our opera that Pasarana, then yellow, I would drop on. No, the main bedroom right here, the 2 bedrooms. If we can go, because now we go to engage the mind, our mind, and I learn the more like the guy should might know that you don't even care. Bedroom garden, I'm only because you know with the mind to give us good mind. So let's use the property that we have to make money for ourselves. That's the power of investing in the property. What Michael Schumacher said, and what I want to tell you, Michael Schumacher. I love watching documentaries of top performers in car racing to get a glimpse into who they are and how they think. Now I'm giving you a challenge that you should love, watch, and read documentaries of top performers in property investment business to get a glimpse into who they are and how they think, so that we can become like them, think like them, become millionaires like them. And then I'm not going to shy away from this. You can't succeed in any business if you don't read books, magazines, stories about the business you are into.
Yes.
So go and read and read and read about property investment. Go make 1 deal, 2 deals, 3 deals, 4 deals in the property field and become a millionaire. And you can do it. And everybody can do it. Learn how to make money from property. Build your legacy through property. And take leap of faith. Look out for, number 1, motivated sellers. Like him. Motivated sellers. They are there. They are there. There are people who now want to sell. They are there. Your duty. It's very simple. Just find them. Just find them. Look out for immigrating sellers. There are people who today, because of this load shedding in South Africa, they want to emigrate to Australia. They are there. You only have to find them. They're going to sell you at next to nothing because they are living. Look for sellers who have lost their jobs and can no longer afford to pay for those houses. Look for them. Look, as you walk around, as you drive around, I'm not sure whether you also fly. People were very popular about flying. As you fly around, look for distressed houses. And then there is one house select 2014. There was never somebody in that house. Now if you find, if I can find the owners, and next to nothing, I renovate, I'll sell it. If I don't sell it, I rent it. Also, go to auctions, sheriff auctions. And don't forget to have close relationship. As you all do this, don't forget to have close relationship with one builders. Because when you buy a distressed house, you need a very cooperative builder. Although to shall renovate that house at a very reasonable, not low cost, at a very reasonable cost. Also have a good relationship with estate agents so that they can always tell you that there is this house. So it can also go to next to nothing. Also, don't forget your tax advisor.
Yes.
So that every property that you have, every property that you buy, the tax advisor is there to advise you so that you don't fall foul with the receivable revenue. And most importantly, join network of investors because your network is your net worth.
Yes.
I think. Oh, before I forget, I also have books. They are just motivational books. They are not about property. No, it's not. They're not about property. They're just about motivation. But because the motivation that is in here just cuts across. It doesn't matter which field you are in. It just cuts across.
And the time.
Okay. Each book is 240. But if somebody are now, then I give him discount of 60 rand. I take 420.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think Mr. Mawai addressed part of the solution that we want to deal with it in our program. So we're not going to dwell much on it. Dr. Mawai, thank you for this session. And I believe one of the power of this invitation, we're going to do a breakfast with dinner so that we can start helping people mentally think. You know, this presentation, we must keep it because you'll be part of the family. Whether you come as a member or you come as a service provider, we'll be talking about you with these things. And not only you, still want to bring different people of the caliber in this. Because other people will start investing we talk about our own local people. So I invited for that purpose my colleagues to come and see you and other ones. Let me just conclude before we go to the last item of the program. It's not moving. No, so yeah, so another way one Joe mentioned are part of the things that we intend to do. So we live in the world with more choices than any other time in the history. So it's up to us from where we are or now. The care which side. Are you with me? Life is all about how you see things. Nanga na property one no nanga ka business aga ka we be clear and sharp. Are you with me? It's how you see things. But I'm standing in front of you as a top operator. I've seen in my top operating business must have become a secondary business. And my primary business must be property business. Because with property, we leave legacy. I was inspired by one old man in home called Mapuli Park. When they start building is the first people who built second complex from the A. Mapuli Park is the first complex in the zone F where there is a moderate level. The first complex came Mapuli Park. Where it is today, there's no more living. But the family is doing what?
Yes.
When he was making money out of property, he bought shares in Merope. This day, Merope business as a business is going on. Benefit the family is doing what? So once you have money, you're going to have the power not to make your children suffer, and the children of their children and the children of their children. But if you're going to stay with that mindset of becoming the slave of the salary, wake up and work like a yo-yo, or saying like a hacksaw, go forward, come back, you go forward, you come back. That's your own choice. I will, ladies and gentlemen, I want us in the next few minutes to start, according to our programs, we want to talk about possible solution before we do the way forward. And I'm still going to take much because the motivational speaker brought the solutions.
Can I interject there?
Yes.
Can I beg to differ with you? Let's throw it back to the floor.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm coming to that to say that I've come to the end of this presentation to throw the idea of what we want to do. So I just want to get from you the interaction in the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Your view. Yes.
The table, like to ask something.
The table from the other side. Give him opportunity.
The table, you can go ahead.
Because of my connection and I was missing some of the things. Now I just want to comment Mola plan. I mean, showing what is the plan that we are having. As a possible member, I would suggest that maybe we must look at a smart city. Because you know the reason why I'm saying this, we shouldn't be spending our money somewhere else. If our money can circulate among ourselves instead of going out of our community to a mall or to a shopping center, even if it is not a big thing, we can look at the model in Japan and other areas. That's my suggestion. If we can just make sure that our money circulates among us. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecil Tabo. Yeah. Also, Tabo wants to say the structure there is so something that doesn't reflect rural smart cities of some sort. Are you with me? Basically, one of our primary aim, like I said, we must start in the rural to take people out of the mindset to be congested in the city where they don't afford the lifestyle.
Yes.
To take them to the rural.
Yes.
So your concern also is registered because it's part of the plan. it was a presentation designed in the past 3 weeks just to sell the idea. As we sell the concept in the province and in the country, that's what is going to address in our presentation, because we really want to develop rural areas. Are you with me?
Yellow.
We want to do our own smart cities. So I just want to engage you. But thank you also for your input and the area of concern. I want to hear from you guys as you came here. Your input, your area of contribution out of the idea. I throw it to you.
I just have a little piece of input.
Okay.
It's not that big, because from what Dade White said, and what we're trying to put together as a cooperative. Because what I've noticed is that it is not cash, it is not money, it is not gold, it is not property, it is not whatever that makes people wealthy or rich. It is what you know about that thing. There are so many people who've got properties. Some of them are dilapidated. If property was making people rich, these people are supposed to be rich. But the question is, why are they not?
Yes.
It's because there's something that they don't know about property.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So there are so many people who are doing cryptocurrencies today. But there's something that they don't know about cryptocurrency. That's why they're not doing.
Yes.
So we need to come as a cooperative.
Yes.
Why is it important for us to do this? It is because we've come to an understanding that cash is not money.
Yes.
Money is us.
Yes.
So in the smart city, you will have a school
Yes.
run by
The cooperative. Yes.
In the smart city, you'll have a filling station
Yes.
run
Yes.
by the cooperative. In the smart city, you'll have builders
Yes.
building houses.
Yes.
And these builders must be from the cooperative. That's why we need to be together. Because here's the challenge of doing it as an individual. An individual who looks like he's wealthy, but in the process, he's making the system wealthy. For example, we say we want to build a school. When we build a school, who gets to benefit?
The bank.
It is the bank. It is those who are selling building material. So in the smart city, we will sell the building material.
Yes.
That's why we need to be a cooperative that is understanding. And let me tell you, in the next 20 to 30 years, many properties will not be making money. Now, what we are doing now, we're looking into the future. Remember, when everybody can afford what everybody can afford, then everything becomes cheap. It becomes less valuable. But now we want to make sure that now you change the way something is done. A lot of people today are making money out of private schools.
Yes.
Because schools are ordinary now.
Yes.
Did you see what I said?
Yes.
You just change this little bit of the thing.
Yes.
So everybody's selling bread,
Ah.
but somebody will become rich in bread because he changes just a little bit of the thing.
Yes.
He just put it on just a plastic cup.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So we just change the way things are done. But if we work together as a cooperative, and then there is a secret somewhere that we are not going to share with anyone until we are one.
Thanks, Mr. Mbu. Mr. Mbu is a member of the executive.
Yes.
We earmark him to work with the business developer.
Yes.
Let me hear from other people. I'm not going to steal the show. Is there anyone who wants to put an input or say something? Philip?
I also just feel the need to appreciate the meeting and the value that came from this meeting. Last week, sometime I also attended a seminar online, and what they were saying, they were exactly talking about what we are here talking, which is cooperative, which the way things are in our country now, everything is basically falling.
Yes.
And for us to survive, we're gonna need what we are doing here, which is a cooperative, like he said, and Litabo also said.
Yes.
We need to be able to do everything for ourselves without looking at the bank, because the bank is just getting rich and then we are getting poor. And so I'm so excited. That's why I want us to like start like right now. So I'm very happy about what happened here today. I was attending a meeting, they basically say communities must start now, because the government is planning, everything is gonna fall, whether you let we are seeing so it's where it's going. So we are well ahead of everyone else, and I'm so glad.
No, thanks for the time of the way forward. I think we'll be discussing that. Or you come after the ladies first.
Okay. Excitement. I love that, because I think that's the reason why, you know what, that thing again has pushed it to such an extent that, you know what, we should understand where we are going, or where we come from and where we are going. Now, Mr. Mawai has mentioned something very, very important, and then also you know, knowledge gives power only if you put it into action.
Yeah.
So if we are part of this cooperative, right, we need to be knowledgeable, guys. We need to be, we must not be afraid of knowledge, because any success in life is being driven by what? By what you know. And then you can tell, you know, I always mention, I always say, why the business do we? You know, the business do we, because you know what? We failed to move with the times. What tie up is SIM. ShopRite is SIM. Checkers is SIM. COVID, where are they? They are still here. You know what is the secret? The secret of success. The secret of success. It's you know what? Knowledge, research, market. Give people the solution. Know what is the problem. Needs assessment. You know what? Business is about giving people the what? The solution. You know what? Nothing else. Bramaik, Wuti Mike, Masingita Group, you know, Mr. Nkuna apartheid is you know what? He came up with a model. Fox cars before even NetBank financed him. You know why? Because they saw the vision, and with that vision, they were very malicious. They were very malicious. They wanted to put a black person, to stand, really divided. But yeah, he saw what? He saw into the future. He said, you know, I want to liberate my people. Whatever that you gain at this moment, don't keep it to yourself. Yeah, you know what? Share it, because that's the tool of, you know what, of liberating, you know what, people. God gives you wisdom, you know what, not for yourself, but you know what, to enlighten other people, to save the souls. Thank you. Okay, is that?
Thanks, my brother. Because our politicians have to shake our legs.
Yeah.
Whoever whatever,
Yeah.
but the ideas they going to share change a little bit. Or wish at bank. First thing is like in my mind, exactly. And they are going to read me off. So, financial secured. Well spending challenge. Regahona, Lea no go to the rural area. And then we will not now this plane cost okay, gentlemen, this is the contract to sell a contract. Or no, we build this house for you, and then you're going to pay us so much.
Let me tell you, based on what you are saying. When I make the research, I've noticed that the young people age 21 to 35, they get employed somewhere. And the period of time, in a year, you have only 30 days leave to be at home. Some have got 10 days leave to be at home. So in his life working period, he doesn't have time to come home to do project once at the go and finish. Are you with me? So once this cooperative now evaluated cooperative registered, cooperative evaluate first cash flow to start phase 1. Those are our targets. Because if that person problem. Only 200,000, no more than 150,000, no more than 400,000. But Hannah now is not enough to come and monitor all the process of building. So we look at to say that let's first have the entity. After having the entity, we're going to discuss our months, our second. How do we approach our phase 1? As per presentation, it says first land. When a land issue is there, what do we do in the meantime to start making income? Addressing the presentation is what we say. Do you see, guys, to make millions? I want to tell you, someone who's unemployed here, you are employed. Tell someone next to you, if you're unemployed, you are employed.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean? Because what you do, it doesn't need even 24 months. 24 months is too much. Any other input?
Okay.
Let me consistent.
Yeah, I want to state this as a way of motivation. I think, I'm undergoing a session where somebody's mentoring me for executive teaching and life coaching. Then, if I can place that target, it means everybody can have a target, which means you don't have to do that thing, because my target is with my motivational services. By December 2023, I want to have made $1 million. It's motivational, not about other businesses. Like the transport business is there. We're also doing fast food business. I'm also on land to do vegetable archer. We're also doing vegetable archer. I'm not talking about those businesses. I'm talking about just motivational services. I want to, it should have made me $1 million by 2023 December. And if I can do it, and somebody we all say million, it means at the end of 2023 the cooperative could be having 10 meters and more.
Okay, fine. To retaliate to what he said, I showed my brother a model of making $1 million in 3 months. Are you with me? $1 million in how many months? 3 to 4 months. To 6 months maximum. So if we can sit down and implement the idea together, it's easy for us to get there. Part of what we wanted to do here, I don't want to invite them to as part of an expected number. We're looking minimum 10 to 15, maximum 20 in this meeting. So we need to hurry up. I'm definitely sure. Let me give an example. Are you in or out?
This will be us.
I just even have to ask. Let me go.
It's not obvious.
Yeah. Fine. Are you in and out? Are you in and out?
And my son is also in already.
Okay, fine. Imagine now in this meeting, if I bring 5 people, he bring 5, she bring 5, you bring 5, you bring 5. We need the 30 members that we can commit to 20% into.
Letabo Masako says she's in.
Oh, she's
Welcome, my sister. Are you with me, guys? Do you see? This is it. That one. So let me just make this conclusion. It was not presented in the slides. According to the current executive, we have set an amount for people to pay